Hey guys, we're not in Sequoia right now, but that's not how we're going to start it.
Sequoia National Park, our second trip to Sequoia National Park.
Yep. So we were hoping that going to Sequoia this time it would be a little less snowy, and there's Kings Canyon is right next to it. So a lot of the times whenever it's listed Sequoia National Park and Kings Canyon National Park, and we did visit both, and
there was still snow.
And there was still snow. Here we are in the Sequoia National Forest. We gave a little time for the snow to melt off. It's not really melted off. We're headed out to see the General Sherman tree, I guess it is. And we'll see how that is.
We have made it to the General Sherman tree, finally. It's pretty impressive. I think you can kind of see it in the background. It is 36.5 feet in diameter and 275 feet tall. So we probably won't get it all on the cell phone, but I got most of it with the camera. I'm gonna try a different lens in a little bit and see what happens. But
wasn't that bad of a hike down here?
No, I think going back is really gonna suck though. It's all uphill.
Yeah, you can either park at the shuttle entrance, and it's a shorter walk, but it's still uphill. Or you can park up where we did in the General Sherman tree parking, and it's all downhill the first time, and then when you have to go back, it's all uphill.
All uphill.
So,
but there's a couple of trails that go off of the path that I think we might walk at least a little bit of one so we can see more of the trees, but it's impressive. I highly recommend it.
Yep, I'm gonna try to get the tree.
That's it. You got
That's it.
It's a big one. So we found out some more cool facts about the sequoia trees. They get up to 311 feet, not one living right now, but up to 311 feet. They can get as old as 3,200 years, and they typically don't die from old age. They die from falling over. Which
probably how I'm going to die.
Yes. They also are resistant to fire and insects. Well, the fire part is interesting because you can see a lot of fire damage in the trees and some of the hollowed out parts.
They're called fire scars?
I think they're called fire scars. So that was interesting. Their bark has got something in it that I can't remember now that makes it resistant to fire. They also can weigh up to 2.7 million pounds. And I thought that was interesting. So when they die and fall over, that's a big thump.
So the next place we stopped was Kings Canyon, which is part of the Sequoia National Forest. And they had the second largest tree in the world, which was the General Grant tree.
We were able to walk a little bit more around the trees there. I mean, you have to stay on the path because I guess they have a shallow root system, so you're not able to actually get real close to them, but we were able to walk amongst one of the groves there, the grove that the General Grant tree's in, so that was pretty cool. So one of the cool things that we got to see on our hike through Kings Canyon was a fallen sequoia tree that you could actually walk through. So it was really interesting to see the perspective of just how big they really are and what their bases look like when they fall.
Yeah, and I thought it was kind of cool that it was a walk through, not sideways but long ways. It was like the entire middle of it had rotted out, or maybe it was burned out or something at some point.
Yeah, and they kept it there for visitors to come through and see and learn more about the trees, which I think is really, really cool.
Yeah, and it really gave you an appreciation for the actual size, because it was the root, or former root system, was just immense. It was huge.
Yeah.
Well, that was about all we got to see of Sequoia and Kings Canyon National Park. Because there was still a lot of snow, there was still some road closures. One of the things that I wanted to do, and maybe it's something we can do on a future trip, is hike up to the top of Mount Whitney. Mount Whitney is the largest, or tallest, it's the tallest peak in the lower 48 states.
Yeah, just under 15,000 feet. Which was kind of interesting because it's, I think, less than 200 miles from the lowest point in the lower 48, which was back in Death Valley at 293 feet, I think, or something like that.
Yeah, 283, I don't remember.
Yeah, I don't remember, but below sea level, so.
Yeah, and they're consequently both in California.
Yeah.
The highest and the lowest point in the lower 48 states is in California.
Yeah.
So up next, we're going to head to Yosemite.
I can't wait to get to Yosemite. It's been on my bucket list for as long as I've been a photographer, even probably earlier than that. So I can't wait to see it.
And why is that?
My photography hero, I guess, is Ansel Adams. So it's I'm probably not the only one, but regardless, I learned photography just studying his images, and I cannot wait to get to the place where he photographed so beautifully.
So we're going to play it out and head to Yosemite.
Bye!
Hey guys, so Pinnacles was pretty fun. Great hike. Great hike. A lot of opportunities. You get tickled.
Mm-hmm. Are resistant to fire and insects, which fire was pretty cool because, well, fire's not cool, but let's start over on that one. Their bark has got something in it, and
asbestos,
they also
probably.
it's not asbestos.